Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ali Allah, Madad Farma. Al-Wahidul Qahar. Ali Allah, Madad Farma. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Shukran lillah walhamdulillah, shukran lillah walhamdulillah. Just to review that we had studied Wisdom 31 and verses 41 and 42 from chapter 36, which talks about Zuriyat, particles of souls. And we had talked about particles of souls being frozen in our being, and Prophet Muhammad praying about these souls to be awakened. We have also studied about Allah having this army of souls. Souls in itself is not one. Allah has army of souls. When Prophet Muhammad was going through his resurrection, he had seen all the souls awakened. The way our peers have said in Ginan, Rome, Rome, Marushah Vase. How come they said this verse? Because they were able to see all the souls in each particle awakened, doing the zikr. Similarly, when the Prophet Muhammad went through his resurrection at Miraj, he used to do this zikr, Al-arwāḥu junūdun mujannadah, which means the souls were in the form of assembled armies. The souls were in the form of assembled armies. The word mujannadah is like assembly. In the beginning, this assembly is frozen, but then with the process of resurrection, it becomes awakened. And that's how Prophet was saying, he was saying this as a prayer. The souls were and are in the form of assembled armies. When we learn the chapter of souls, we understand the word Zuriyat, and we realize that from the example, allegory of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, who was going through this deluge and had built this ark to take all the mu'minins to safety. But when we realize the Tawili meaning of it, it was himself who was the Kishti-e-Nijat, the living Kishti-e-Nijat, the living boat of salvation. And who was he taking through salvation? All the armies of the soul. So when we hear about this zikr, and if we were to do this zikr, it is to pray for the souls which are assembled in us. We want them to be awakened. In the beginning of the journey, it is emphasized that we would do zikr in quantity with Girya Azari. After a journey on a true knowledge, when we have learned higher concepts, we understand how each individual is actually Kishti-e-Nijat. When we realize, when we understand, then these prayers become part of our being. Al-arwāḥu junūdun mujannadah. Actually, this hadith is an explanation of chapter 48, verse 4. which says, وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And to Allah belong the armies of the heavens and the earth. And to Allah belongs the army of the heavens and the earth. And when we say that, what we are saying is we realize that all the army of souls, wherever they are, in the heavens or the earth, they are actually the army of the soul. وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. We have also learned the meaning of heavens and the earth. It's talking about darjat. So in other words, what we are saying that a mu'min salik on the journey of true knowledge learns and realizes that all these souls which are between the heavens and the earth, there is war going on. What kind of war? When an army is there, army has to fight. To do what? This army, the first fight they'll fight with is their own carnal soul, to suppress, to kill, to transform this carnal soul into nafse lawama. Nafse amara transforms into nafse lawama. When a mu'min salik does zikr in quantity with true knowledge, working on all the conditions, ilm wa amal, what happens? Each zikr, which has its own assigned angel, that angel comes to life by that moment doing zikr in quantity. And that angel helps that moment to awaken all those souls which are between heavens and the earth. So this verse, chapter 48, verse 4, وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, is also a zikr which a mu'min can do to remind himself or herself that all what is between heavens and the earth, it belongs to Allah. All the living souls are the armies of Allah. Imagine if the army of Allah is with Mu'min Salik, how fast his or her journey would be. This army who is awakened, and this is a warrior army. If this army is with the Mu'min Salik, what will happen to that moment? He himself, she herself will awaken themselves to become the Kishti-e-Nijat. Imam during this time is the one who is the Kishti-e-Nijat. It is in Imam's ark, Imam's boat of salvation. Every moment wants to sit so they can be fana, they can reach to salvation, they can become one with Mawla. But anybody who is dead, who is not living completely, not just physical, spiritual and intellectual, cannot be sitting in that boat of salvation, because that boat itself is living. Anyone who can be on this boat has to be living too. And that is why all this ilmu amal is done, to realize, to understand that within our being, we have so many souls, and each soul has to be alive to be one with the Imam. If we have to go on a journey, and that journey is very long, and if we have too much of weight, dead weight on our body, how would be our journey? All the weight we'll have to carry to cross that path. And if we are carrying the dead weight, the journey would be very, very slow. But imagine, whatever we are carrying is alive. Means what? Not only that living being will help you walk. So what would be the result? That Mu'min Salik would be now running. Why running? They would be flying. flying like a rocket and reaching to the destination during their lifetime to be one with the Imam-e-Zaman. So that is why it was very important to understand this zikr, and this friend had asked earlier too. Yali Madad, Yali Madad, Salgira Mubarak, Yali
Yali
Madad,
Madad, Salgira Mubarak.
Yali Madad.